Hiya, it's Alex, and welcome to Year 2 of SilentClan. This is part of a series, so if you haven't watched Year 1, I'll link that video in the description for you to watch first. Also, I do actually have a script this time, so my information will be a lot more organised, and sorry about my rambles last time. Just before we get into the cats, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next SilentClan video. I'll try and get past 2 years in each clan this time. And also, if you're wondering, I use the full genetics mod by Chinchbug and Moox's shaders on my game, both of which are available for free in the official ClanGen Discord server. Also, I just wanted to thank you for all the views, likes and subscribers that have come from my shorts and videos over the past month. There are some utterly obscene numbers coming out of these videos, and I never in a million years thought my channel would get over 20 subscribers, let alone over 600. That is just insane to me. Thank you so much, genuinely. Right, without further ado, let's get into StarClan. And yes, we do have a StarClan cat this year because one of the cats to die was Patchlarch, who had a strong connection to StarClan. In the rules I've written for myself, it says that all cats go to the Dark Forest, apart from cats with a strong connection to StarClan, due to Oakstar the leader having an unshakable Dark Forest link. And if you're wondering why I have rules, I'm going to be doing different challenges from the ClanGen Discord for each leader we have. I just forgot to set one for Oakstar, so this is the best I could think of. Anyway, back to Patchlarch. He died only 1 moon into the year, so nothing much really happened to him before he drowned in a flash flood while on Oakstar's patrol. Now into the Dark Forest. We had quite a lot of deaths this year, and the next to die was SilentSpot, who died aged 18 moons old. Before his death, he was getting quite big-headed about his status as a chosen one due to the prophecy about his name being the same as the clan's, which meant he was destined to be a great leader. His wound that he gained last year from a fox attack closed into the scar visible on his tail, and he vowed vengeance against all foxes. But on the very same moon, he wandered out into the middle of a thunderpath and was hit by a car and killed immediately. Oakstar especially was distraught by his death, as he had lost a prophecy cat and also a good friend. Sadly, the next to die was Avocet River, who actually had one of my favourite designs in the clan. I just love how sort of hamster-like she looked. She died aged 20 moons after being bitten by a cat from one of the rogue groups in the area, whose fangs were coated in some type of poison. This group claimed quite a few deaths this year purely due to cat bites, and Oakstar came very close to committing a raid on them, but never did as they seemed to move on from their territory. Before her death, Avocet River managed to finally recover from her broken back by some miracle, and was being very rude to her former mentor Fuzzy Splash for seemingly no reason. But that's Avocet River. The next 2 cats to die come as a pair, and they died together only 2 moons ago. First, I'll cover Brownstem, who died at age 158 moons after being swept away in a flooding river. She was one of the first to comfort Oakstar over SilentSpot's death, and started a sort of feud with the deputy Silkraven because she didn't think he was treating Oakstar with as much consideration as he could have. They continued to fight over petty things for almost the entire year, until she tried to smooth things over with him, which worked, almost. From then on, they were sort of coldly polite to each other. While out patrolling for herbs after a storm ruined the herb store, she was visited by Patchlarch, who told her that StarClan were unhappy with the clan's leadership and things needed to change, but she never got a chance to think this over properly before she died, along with another cat. Elmchirp also perished in the flood while trying to save Brownstem. She died at the age of 31 moons, and before her death was well liked and admired by almost everyone in the clan, which made her passing that much more sad. Most saw her as the daughter they'd never had, especially Fuzzy Splash and Siltfern. She sustained multiple injuries due to various predators, but healed from all of them with no scarring. In the moons leading up to her death, she seemed to show more and more interest in Brownstem and her work, and may have ended up becoming her apprentice if she had been given the chance. But she was the last cat to die this year, so let's get into the living cats. Oakstar and Silkraven are still an incredibly cute couple, now being 101 and 112 moons respectively, and they've had a new addition to the family. Meet the 2-moon-old Shy-Kit, a long-haired white Tom with lime eyes who is impulsive and a lover of stories. He looks almost exactly like Elmchirp and was found the moon after Elmchirp's passing, which I'm sure motivated Oakstar to take him in and care for him. Oakstar and Elmchirp were very close, and he was hit very hard by hers and SilentSpot's deaths. It's just been a pretty bad year for him in terms of that, but Silkraven has been by his side the entire time. About halfway through the year though, they had an argument over the subject of kids, with Silkraven being against the idea. This is pretty ironic though, since Silkraven is the parent that's closer to Shy Kit. The deputies continued being his usual troublesome self, though to a lesser extent this year, as it seems like he's focusing on making Oakstar happy and being a good mate to him. That doesn't mean he's stopped his antics though, he's still starting fights and getting into scrapes left, right and centre. He's also utterly enamoured with Shy Kit, as I mentioned before, playing with him and making up bedtime stories to tell him. They're just such a cute little family, and ClanGen, if you do something to them, I will... We have no medicine cat at the moment due to Brownstem's death, so let's go straight to the warriors. Whisper has recovered from his injuries from the Thunderpass and is now 132 moons old. After seeing how much death there was in the clan early on in the year, he begins to question Brownstem's intentions and motives. Did she really want to keep the clan safe if she was allowing so many cats to die on her watch? The once peaceful Dark Forest cat's spirits are being corrupted and began to invade Whisper's dreams, which caused him to wake in a panic, ranting about shadowy demon cats. Of course the others were worried about him and he went out to the beach to clear his head, but was almost killed by a group of rogues. He escaped without injury, and that's pretty much all he did this year. Siltfern is now 116 moons old, and she's been doing better this year than last. She seems to have accepted that her crush on Fuzzy Splash is never going to come to anything, and the pair have stayed good friends. Early in the year, she injured her paw in a two-leg trap, and this injury left her with a scar and a permanently weakened leg. She didn't let that stop her from carrying out her duties though, and kept going out on patrols and working around camp. On one of these patrols, however, she broke her leg, and though it healed quickly, it left a scar too. She grew a lot closer to her former apprentice Elmchirp throughout the year, seeing her as almost a daughter figure, and was absolutely devastated when she died. This has led to her not being able to be around Shy Kit, as he looks and reminds her so much of Elmchirp. She's also been getting closer to Warmtuft, and thinks the other she-cat might have a little crush on her. Fuzzy Splash is now 99 moons old and was having quite a normal year until Elmchirp's death, which hit her a lot harder than I thought it would. It seemed that she'd been growing a lot closer to Elmchirp before her death, and as of the end of the year she's still grief-stricken and unable to carry out her duties. She's also been getting friendly with Warmtuft, who was one of the first cats to extend her condolences, which Fuzzy Splash appreciated. Other than that, she hasn't really been up to much this year. Hopefully next year is better for her. Warmtuft is now 94 moons old, and she's finally managed to catch herself an octopus on the first moon of this year, with some help from Whisper, of course. Aside from that, she's been confiding in her best friend Oakstar about her crush on Siltfern, and taking on another caretaking role to his and Silkraven's kitten Shy Kit, due to how much he looks like Elmchirp, so sort of the flip side to Siltfern. Other than that, she's had a pretty normal year and is doing alright. And that's the end of year 2 in SilentClan. Thank you so much for watching, and once again thank you so much for all your support on all my other videos and shorts. It means the absolute world to me. And please leave a like, and if you enjoyed, and to make sure you don't miss year 3, subscribe. Bye guys!